When the power goes out, most of us expect it to come back on within a few hours. Maybe we light a few candles, grab a snack, and wait it out. But what if the lights don't come back on? What if hours turn into days or longer? A long-term power outage, anything lasting more than 72 hours, isn't just an inconvenience. It's a real test of how well you've prepared, and more importantly, how well you can adapt. In this video, we're going to walk through what to do when the power goes out and stays out for days or even weeks. Whether you're in the city, the suburbs, or out in the countryside, the same principles apply. You need to keep yourself safe, warm, fed, hydrated, and informed, all while trying to maintain some level of calm and comfort in your environment. The first few hours after the lights go out are often the most critical. This is when you assess your situation, make some fast decisions, and avoid common early mistakes. One of the biggest? Opening the fridge. It's tempting to grab food while you can, but every time you open that door, cold air escapes. So the first rule is, keep that refrigerator closed unless absolutely necessary. A full fridge can keep food cold for about 4 hours, and a full freezer for up to 48. That time matters. Don't waste it. You'll also want to check your surroundings. Is the outage just your home or the whole block? Is it daytime or night? Is there a storm outside or is it dead quiet? Knowing the scope and potential cause of the outage helps guide your next steps. Check your phone. If cell service is still up, look for outage maps or updates from your local utility. If there's no service, turn off non-essential features to conserve battery. If you have a battery-powered radio, now's the time to tune in for any emergency broadcasts or news. Water is another major concern. If you're on a well, you'll likely lose access to running water as soon as your pump shuts off. Even in city systems, pressure can drop if a major outage lingers. So if water is still coming out of the tap in the first hours of the blackout, fill every container you can. Fill pots, pitchers, even the bathtub if you can. That water could be a lifesaver in the days ahead for drinking, cooking, or sanitation. Lighting is another priority. If you've planned ahead, you might have a set of LED lanterns or headlamps. These are much safer and longer lasting than candles. If all you have are candles, use them with extreme care. Never leave them burning unattended, and keep them away from curtains, paper, or anything flammable. In fact, now is a good time to go find your fire extinguisher, if you have one. Next, think about staying warm, or staying cool, depending on the season. In winter, the temperature inside your home can drop rapidly once the heat cuts off. Layer up with clothing, gather everyone into one room, and use blankets and sleeping bags to create insulation. Close off unused rooms and hang blankets over windows to keep warm air in. If you have a fireplace, make sure it's vented properly before lighting a fire. Never use outdoor grills, camp stoves, or gas-powered heaters indoors. The risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is very real and very deadly. In summer, the problem is often the opposite. Without air conditioning, your home can turn into an oven. Keep windows open for ventilation, but cover them during the day to block direct sunlight. Drink water regularly, even if you're not thirsty. Move slowly and rest often. If you live in an area where cooling centers are open during extreme heat, find out in advance where they are and how to get there. Now let's talk about food. If you prepared ahead of time, you'll have a stash of shelf-stable food that doesn't require refrigeration or cooking. Think canned soups, beans, peanut butter, crackers, nuts, granola bars, and powdered milk. If you didn't stock up before the outage, you'll need to get creative. Start with perishables. Cook them quickly, assuming you have a safe way to cook. A gas stove might still work if you can ignite it manually. A camp stove can work too, but only outside and never inside a garage. If you don't have either, consider using a solar oven, or even just eating what you can without cooking. Don't forget hygiene. Without running water, things can get unpleasant fast. Use baby wipes or wet cloths to clean up. Sanitize your hands frequently, especially before handling food. If you can flush your toilet, do so sparingly. If not, have a plan for waste. Heavy-duty garbage bags, cat litter, and a designated container can serve in a pinch. Staying connected is another challenge. Your phone is a lifeline to information, but its battery won't last forever. Keep it powered down when not in use and use texts instead of calls when possible. They use less battery and are more likely to go through if networks are overloaded. If you have a solar charger or power bank, ration its use. It might have to last for days, and while staying physically safe is critical, so is mental well-being. Long blackouts can be deeply stressful, especially if you're alone or caring for young children. Make time to talk, play games, read, or just sit together. Keeping spirits up, even a little, goes a long way in a difficult situation. As the outage continues, you'll need to make judgment calls. If you're running out of food or water, or if someone is injured or sick, you may have to leave home and seek help. Hopefully, you've planned for that too, with fuel in your car, cash on hand, and a go bag ready with essentials like medication, documents, clothing, and food. And finally, when the power does return, don't rush to plug everything back in at once. Give your system a moment to stabilize, then slowly turn things back on, starting with the fridge and freezer. Check the temperature and inspect food carefully. Anything that smells off or has been sitting at room temperature for over 2 hours should probably be thrown out. Take a moment too to reflect on what worked and what didn't. Every outage is a learning experience. Did your emergency kit hold up? Did you have enough water? What would you do differently next time? Because even if this one's over, there will be another. Long-term power outages test your resourcefulness, your planning, and your mindset. But with calm thinking, basic preparation, and a willingness to adapt, you can handle it. You don't have to be an expert or live in a bunker, you just have to start simple. That's why you're here. Thanks for watching. Stay prepared, stay calm, and stay connected. This is Simple Survival Start, and we're just getting started.